And when I beat him next Friday, it's the gonna be me, the one that's fucking laughing.
I got this!
Whew, looks like Christmas came early this year. Good morning, YouTube. How the fuck you doing? It's that time of year again. It's the holiday season, all that merry cheer and holly golly bullshit. I've never really been a believer in Christmas and all that, but boy oh boy, did Santa deliver the goods in that big ol' nutsack of his. The Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight literally just happened last night, and let's just say it didn't happen as God intended it would.
Do you think you're gonna knock him out?
I know it, yeah. It's already written.
Where?
There's only one God, and God wrote it, so.
This fight played out exactly how it was supposed to. The 6'6" former heavyweight champion relatively easily dispatching the YouTuber, well, former YouTuber, now turned pro boxer. Before we even celebrate, we gotta give props where props are due. Not many people on this planet would willingly get into a fight with Anthony Joshua, especially on boxing terms. So you gotta give it up to Jake for that. He's got a pretty big set of cojones on him. I don't care what anybody says. He actually got into the ring with a legitimate killer. He stepped through the ropes and fought him. He didn't cancel, he didn't bail, and it doesn't seem like it was that scripted, seeing as how Jake got his jaw broken and all. So my respect for him has grown at least a little bit. With that out of the way though, I've got to say, I really like the outcome of this fight. Although it took Joshua a little bit longer than it should have to get rid of him. Perhaps he carried it for the show, perhaps not. Or maybe it was all that running JP did for like the first 4 rounds before he got tired. Either way, he got dispatched off anyway. Jake Paul never belonged in the ring with Anthony Joshua. Never. So Jake was running his mouth this whole campaign, saying stuff like,
Oh yeah, if God's willing, it's in the plans, it's written in the stars. I'm gonna knock him out.
he's gonna knock out a former 2-time heavyweight champion.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
I don't know if he's delusional or what, but it's like he didn't respect anything that Anthony Joshua brought to the table, which was experienced boxer, 2-time former heavyweight champion. He's 6'6", like 265 pounds, with exceptional punching power that he can deliver, which he did. Despite the clear effort that Jake puts into his training camps, there was never ever going to be a time where he bridged the gap between him and AJ. Point blank. Could you imagine if that asshole actually won the fight? If he actually won or survived the 10 rounds, or by some god-given miracle he knocked out AJ? Fuck, we'd never hear the end of it. If that was the outcome that happened, nobody would ever treat boxing seriously ever again. And for me personally, as a boxing fan, if that happened, I would have thought it was just ultimately rigged and then sold up shop completely. Nope, done with boxing, fuck that. That shit's bullshit and rigged. Get the fuck out of here. Miss me with that shit. Thankfully though, that isn't the case. AJ handled business last night and dispatched him. Ditto. If it weren't for Jake running away for the first 4 or 5 rounds, it wouldn't even have lasted 3 rounds. AJ probably would have got him out of there real quick. For all of you that actually watched the fight, mostly it was a combination of Jake running away whenever he actually decided to engage, either trying to run away again or committing some MMA takedown attempts in order to stop Joshua attacking him. That's pretty smart. You don't want to get hit with that right there, because imagine that. I mean, he did ultimately get cracked with the good old right straight, but it took 6 rounds for AJ to do it, which in most people's opinion brought his respect down a little bit, which AJ should have finished it real quick. But let's say Jake Paul's running away, which is what he did. He ran, and Anthony Joshua was chasing him down, cutting off the ring, all that. But a guy is not trying to engage, then it's gonna be hard to actually take him out. Even AJ himself said he wanted to finish it earlier, but eventually, boom, right to Jake Paul's smug little face. That right there, guys, has got to be the best Christmas present I've received in a very long time. Rose definitely approves. So let's get into what I think happens with Jake Paul moving forward. I see that he's decided to step away from boxing for a little bit, which is probably a good idea, since he'll probably have his jaw wired shut for a little while. He'll be eating his Christmas dinner through a straw. But I'm pretty sure he made some sweet moolah from this. I don't know what the actual figures are, but I know him and AJ made bank with this. Will his attitude change towards it? No, not really. I thought a former heavyweight champion boxer, and I lasted six rounds against him. He could even say he lasted longer than Francis Ngannou, because he did. Ngannou just got flatlined in like what, 2 rounds? I think it was 2, maybe 3 rounds with the same shot with the right straight, but he lasted half the time Jake Paul did, and he's a fucking monster. Whether he follows up with boxing, he might. He's a fairly decent boxer. He's not bad or anything. He does have power and he can deliver it, but I don't know if Jake's just delusional or what. If he ever thought he even had an iota of a chance against AJ. Everyone else knew. All boxers knew. Everyone in the world knew. Even fucking God knew that Jake was never gonna win that fight. He had like a 1 in a million chance to land a shot that would flatline Joshua for a 10 count. That shot would have had to have incapacitated him. He would have had to be out cold, because Joshua's boxing skill is far higher than Jake Paul's. No matter what people say, he's a world-class boxer. Anthony Joshua has height advantage, reach advantage, skill advantage, power advantage. All the advantages were there. AJ is here. Here's AJ, and Jake Paul's like barely here. Not even here. I'd say further. You can't even fucking see him. He's probably at the bottom, just about to climb Everest, and AJ would be Everest for him. I don't know if he really believes in his mind that he can do these things, but you have to give it up to him for trying. And it clearly seems as if it wasn't rigged, because the guy got his jaw broken. AJ wasn't playing around. If there was a script in that, AJ didn't follow it. AJ. Right. Here's the outline. You got to make Jake Paul look pretty good, right? He's talking all this mad shit. He's talking like he's gonna knock you out, and he's gonna show you who's the better boxer, whatever that may be. And you have to let him. You don't have to let him knock you out, but you have to let him survive and all that. And AJ is probably like, well, no, I'm holding it down for boxing. I can't let this guy come into my sport and embarrass us like this. There's no way. I'm carrying boxing on my back like I did the first time by knocking out Francis Ngannou. In this one, Anthony Joshua was like, no, we can't let this influencer boxer come in and expect to just do whatever he wants, say whatever he wants, and act like that's the truth. He probably had a script and just like, yeah, nah, missed me with that. I don't care. I've got heaps of money anyway. I'm getting paid heaps for this. This guy's getting knocked the fuck out. And that's what happened. Jake got knocked out. He ran for 4 rounds. He hugged like it was fucking UFC. Tried to take him down in order to avoid them heavy hands, because he didn't want none of that. He was just in survival mode. He just didn't want to get hit. Because I think this is the first time Jake Paul's ever fought someone who's his size or bigger. It was a mismatch, but it was a mismatch I'm pretty sure the world loved, because that punch was the most satisfying thing I've seen all year. No fucking cap, that's the most satisfying thing. I think everyone wanted Jake Paul to just shut his goddamn mouth, or he wanted someone to shut it for him. If you watched that fight, all the bravado he said, he had leading up to the fight, all of his, you could call it hype building, you could call it delusion. It's probably a mixture of the two. Once he got in there and he felt the power, he was clearly out of his league and out of his depth, and it showed on his face. And the moment he got fucking two-pieced, Joshua threw a jab to the body, and then the right hand, the right straight that cracked his jaw, you can see he's just like nonplussed when he's on the ground. He's like, doesn't know what's happening. Wow. I don't know if he thought Joshua couldn't hit him or that he wouldn't hit him that hard, but clearly he can, and he did. And I've read a couple of things online where people are almost angry at him for doing this to Jake Paul. That guy asked for this. He wanted all the smoke from Joshua, and he got it. I think it needed to be done. I don't think anyone feels sorry for Jake Paul at all. At the end of the day, if boxing is what you do for a living, you know the risks of getting in the ring. People have died doing the sport. They've died for a lot less money than Jake Paul ever gets. There's no way people should be crying just because Joshua did this to him. He just gave him a reality check. He told him that there are levels to this, and that the dangers of heavyweight boxing especially, where these guys have so much power they can knock pretty much anyone out if they land it, that's what happens. I get it. Anthony Joshua is leagues above Jake Paul. But if you call someone out, they accept it, and then you stay there and you try and then you get cracked, that's only on you. You can't expect them to take it easy on you after you asked for it. Jake Paul actually rang Anthony Joshua and asked him for this. So he was effectively signing his ass whooping as soon as he picked up that phone. You know, stick here, move, run away, and then land a big boom. Listen, Jake Paul has expressed a few times that he wants to become heavyweight champion of the world. I don't know if he wants that. There's no way he's going to get that. It doesn't matter who's got the heavyweight crown, whether it's Joshua, Usyk, Dubois, any of those people. There's no way he's touching them. Jake Paul is small for a heavyweight. He's more like a cruiserweight, and clearly his power didn't phase Joshua, who is known to be chinny. So imagine him going up against someone like Joe Joyce, who's built like a fucking boulder, or someone with hard head like Joseph Parker or anything like that. The guy's getting his shit rocked, and I don't think he wants to stray into that territory too many more times, because you could get seriously brain damaged. If you want to keep boxing, I would say you should stick to your level now. Do influencer boxing, or if you're gonna be a true pro, work your way up. But that's not where the money is here. He knows the money is sensationalism, and him going up against AJ was big time sensationalism, especially if he had managed to win. We all saw the result of that. At the end of the day, I think both of them are either very, very good at selling themselves to be legitimate, or they genuinely believe that they're this good. If the second one is the case, I hope that last night was a reminder to them that there are definitely levels to this. One was like 700 steps too far. I gotta say though, I kind of cheered when I saw the punch. Not so much because Jake got dropped, even though that is one of the reasons, because let's face it, he's a goddamn prick. I mean, he's done some shady shit in the past, and his whole fucking demeanor is just retarded. I don't know why we put the Paul brothers on. I don't know. We as a collective, we did this, but I don't know why we did that. The main reason I liked it so much was not because he got hurt, was not because he's in the hospital, was not because he has to eat through a straw through Christmas, even though all of those things will light my dreams up at night. It's the fact that AJ redeemed boxing. People like Jake Paul are coming into it thinking they can do and say whatever they want and get away scot-free, or say outlandish things like, I'm gonna knock out the heavyweight champion of the world in round 6. Watch me shock the world. Watch me shock the world. You were never going to beat Anthony Joshua, and in my honest opinion, I think AJ took it easy on you. I don't think he was fully 100% going at you.
When it's all said and done though, it was a win for boxing, it was a win for us, and it was an ultimate loss for Jake Paul and his jaw. So, have a Merry Christmas, my friends. Stay safe, use protection. Rose out.